Hello, gorgeous, gorgeous people. Happy Thursday. I almost said Friday. It's Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hope you're all having an amazing week. Welcome to the 6th and final part of our Biz Camp. Katie is just going to log in and then we'll both go live today. And today we want to talk to you about how to energetically build your tribe and how to become a client. This isn't about going out and seeking. This is about us wearing powerful energy and bringing everything to us.
Hello. Hi. I can't believe I'm on this quick. I'm like this. Yeah, to press anything. Oh, hello everyone.
So how are we all? Say hello, say where you're tuning in from. Thank you for all the amazing messages we're getting under these videos, and also just getting so many inbox messages. Again, haven't been able to reply to everybody yet. I've even been getting WhatsApp messages from people who aren't even necessarily following the who aren't that active in my group, but are following these videos, and they're just so inspired. So thank you for the love. I can see Cheryl's ready. She's got her notepad and pen. I love it. Oh, yay. Hello in Paris, hello in Marbella. Love it, love it, love it. So I do just quickly, it might be a bit noisy in the background. I'm looking after another dog today, so hopefully they'll be quiet, but they just started to run around. I think they can feel the energy that's just shifted in me because I've come on to do a live and I'm really excited, and I think they're picking up on it, but hopefully they'll be quiet. So today we're going into energetically building your tribe and client base. Make sure you are all comfortable and ready to drink this up, because Katie and I have both built huge client bases, global client bases, and we haven't gone out to seek. We've done a lot of just basically working with energy, following obviously universal spirit guidance, and just kind of sitting back and kind of letting universal spirit bring the good stuff to us. But just before we go into that, just a quick recap on yesterday. Yesterday we were talking about the ego and how to be thankful for the ego, how to actually understand that when the ego arises, it's actually a bit of a cue for expansion if you know how to disempower it, and how it's so important to keep disempowering that ego wherever you are in your journey. Like we said yesterday, Katie and I do that all the time. I spent an hour and a half this morning doing mindset stuff before I even got in the shower. I really had to just focus on mindset. Okay, I had a bit of an interesting day yesterday with a friend who wasn't in a very good place, and I picked up some of her energy. So I knew this morning to make sure my energy is bang in alignment, I had to prioritize that mindset time, and I had to do all the ego stuff. So as you can see, Katie and I do this all the time. So it's really, really important. And then one of the other things we talked about yesterday was moving despite your ego. So when you have an inspired action or some clarity or guidance from universal spirit, moving with it regardless of what your ego says. And I know that a lot of you have already moved with that, because we've had a lot of messages saying, yay, I've done this, yeah, I've done this, thank you, and everyone's feeling amazing and buzzing. But if any of you that are watching now live or on catch up want to share any leaping past your ego that you made yesterday, we'd love to hear, because as I was explaining, I got universal clarity the other day. Like, the universe literally spoke through me and said, the bigger the leap, the faster the energy fields move, the faster spirit and universe get around you to bring you cooperative components. And I've got loads of stories of this, but like one of my very favorites is when I first started my business. Suddenly I realized it was evolving into a business. I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't do business strategy now, but I thought I need to hire a coach. I was so scared, and I just did it anyway because I knew it was in line with like the bigger version of me, as we were talking about yesterday. And then I leapt, and within 48 hours I manifested my first client, who was my first follower, who I'm actually meeting for coffee this afternoon. So gorgeous, all very, very close to me in my life. So the energy that moves when you leap, there's so many things Kate and I have leapt to do, like events, books, you know, we're going to talk about all of that today. You know, when I had the inspiration to write a book, my ego went mental, but I disempowered it anyway. When I had inspiration to do the event, I was obviously really nervous, but disempowered it anyway. So we'd love to hear about any leaps that you've made, any kind of thanking the ego and loving it, but disempowering it and moving it anyway. And if you've done that, which I know a lot of you have, then huge well done. And you will be feeling lots of magic around you, as a lot of you are, because we're getting so many excited messages from you. So yay. So now I'm very hyper today. Now over to the gorgeous Katie, who's going to be talking about how to energetically and magnetically build your tribe with ease and grace. So over to you, darling.
Thanks, darling. I just want to say, like Sarah, thank you so much for all your messages. I had one last night that literally filled me with joy. There was a gentleman that watched one of the lives, I can't remember which one, and Spirit advised him to go and get some funding to apply for this funding for this project. And he did, and it came through, and it's got approved. And he got through the first stage. He was like, thank you so much. And I was just like, this is why we do what we do. It's just amazing. So thank you very much for keeping me updated on that. And please keep them coming through. So we love to hear how you're progressing. And also share them on the live, because other people might feel inspired by what you're saying. So you never know who you're going to help and who you're going to also touch at the same time. But let me go back to how to build your tribe energetically. Now, this is something most people worry about, and they think, A, they don't want to be visually seen, and they worry about being visually out there. That's the first hurdle people have. But when you're working with your passion, and when you've got a service that's so incredible and you want to offer somebody, it's a crying shame to hide away. It's like, this service, this offer, this passion within you needs to be seen, needs to help people. So it's almost like you need to take baby steps with how you feel comfortable, because of course it has to be in line for you. To show up as your best self, you have to feel comfortable in what you're doing, what you're talking about, and how you're delivering it. So that's the first and fundamental, most important thing. And just to give an example of that and how you can still show up, even if you are terrified and you've got a business and you're still too scared to talk about it so openly. There was a lady that I was working with around, well, it's a while back now, irrelevant when, but a while back, and she was really, really nervous. And I said to her, look, why don't you get your message out and be anonymous? So you can still write everything that you want to say, and you can rename yourself and be anonymous. And eventually, when you feel comfortable, when you've got used to being out there, and you've got used to being vulnerable, you can come out and share who you actually are as and when the time's right for you. And she's like, I didn't even think about that. And I said, you don't have to wear your heart on your sleeve and show everyone your face if it doesn't feel comfortable. Doing these lives feel comfortable to me and Sarah. It feels passionate for us. It feels great. It didn't at first. The first time we did one, we were terrified. And I was bright red. And if you ever look for it, it's in Spirit and White Feathers. I'm just like, and you can see that I look terrified to like tell everybody what I could do. But everything comes with time and everything comes with practice. So I just want to say that to people. I feel inspired to say that. It isn't a case that you have to push yourself straight out there. There are different ways that you can do that. I'm going to come to that now. So there's so many different ways you can get your tribe attracted to you. And the first thing people think of in business is we've got to hemorrhage money, which we talked about, and you don't at all. There's so many great ways that you can get your message out there. So it's going and focusing on what feels right to you. So there's, for example, YouTube. You can make pre-recorded videos and upload them to YouTube and share them. So that's one aspect. There's all different social medias. There's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's live events. You could go out and publicly speak in halls, or you can hire a hall and publicly speak there. You could go into schools and share your message. You can be seen in person. You can also write emails to people. Maybe you're an email writer and you love to share, and you've got a great mailing list and you love to connect with your audience that way and your clientele, then do that. There's a whole host of ways. So when you're established in your business and you've got so far and you're thinking now of expansion, it's like almost, where do I start? Which one, which platform, where do I deliver? And the answer to that is go with which one you feel the most in line with. So myself and Sarah felt really, really comfortable talking through Facebook Lives. We understood Facebook, we were comfortable with it, and our message was to deliver to global clients and very quickly. We wanted to move quite quickly because that's what's in line for us. So the easiest way and the most quickest and fun way for us to share everything was through Facebook Lives. That's exactly what we did. And we built and nurtured a group. So when we first started our groups, we had very few people in there, just people we felt comfortable with, just people we felt, you know, happy to speak with, energetically attracted to, just a few numbers. And we just spoke. We spoke about whatever it was that inspired us that day. And we talked through whether it be written posts or whether it be showing up live. But we spoke, we delivered, and we showed up. And we were there and we felt inspired to do it. And it didn't feel hard work. Then I actually became attracted to Instagram because I'm quite a visual person. And I joined Instagram, loved it, and I hang out in Instagram and Facebook. Those are really the only two platforms I use. And you can tell because that's where my growth is and that's where my energy lies. So it's Sarah's the same. She loves her mailing list. Sarah's really nurtures her mailing list, and she also loves her group. And that's why her group is thriving. That's why our groups are so active, because we love them. And that's where our energy feels in line with. So you don't have to cover every single platform and be everywhere and absolutely exhaust yourself and sit there and wake up and think, gosh, I've got to be on Twitter, and I've got to give a talk at 10, and then I've got to do this, that, and the other. Don't make it easy for yourself. Make it easy and think about where it is you can show up and where it is the easiest form for you. Because where the easiest form for you is the right for everybody else as well. So if you can just put in the comments here where you find it the easiest at the moment to run your business and where you're showing up to your clients at the moment and your tribe. So by speaking every day and showing up, you are building trust for your clients as well. They know that you're coming. They expect you. They look forward to you. Like you guys here, you know, we're delivering these sessions to you. You know we're going to show up. You know, okay, technical hitches always, but you know we're going to show up. You know we're going to be there for you. You can rely on us. You can click on and know we're there, and you can know we're going to show up in your inbox. And you know that you can watch these back, and these videos are going to be there for you for life to refer back to. So you get to know who we are and who we are at soul level. And we share our vulnerabilities. Me and Sarah always have done. I find it therapeutic to share. That's something I feel personally drawn to do. I started writing a blog, and I absolutely love my blog. And I write it. It's never a chore. It flows out of me, and it's great. And I get so many positive feedback from it, saying that it's touched people and it's helped them. And the blogs all through Facebook, I just write something and I just literally put it on my, well, my PA puts it on my website. I can't do that. She puts it on my website for me, and I share it in Facebook. So that's all I do. I literally don't do anything else with it. I don't publicize it. I don't put any effort in, because that doesn't feel good to me. It just feels good to share it in the Facebook page and show where I feel comfortable. And that's why it reaches the people that need it, because that's where my energy lies. I'm open, I'm happy with it. If I put pressure on that blog and thought it needs 10,000 hits, I need a comment on it, I need this, that, and the other. How can I do this? Oh, I'm not getting that. Oh, I've only had 1,000. If I go into that mindset, my creative flow with my blog and the messages that are trying to come out will start to feel less inspired, and will start to feel more mechanical. And will start to feel like I'm trying to talk to people to get those likes, to get that number, and being obsessed with that number. And that's where me and Sarah are just not like that. We let go of the numbers. We do not focus on that. We focus on what's inspired to come through us and how we can deliver that in the best way and the easiest way for us, and where we feel energetically aligned. And no surprise, our audiences grow naturally. And our audiences are the best fit. You ready? Our ideal clients. They're not randoms, they're not oddballs, they're not people that are strange and just not on our wavelength. They're our ideal clients and our ideal audience, because that's what we deliver. The content we deliver attracts those people to us. Let me just check I'm not going off on a tangent, because I do that. I do. Pardon me. Oh, I'm going on coffee now, I'm joking. Right.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, fine. Just want to say about also, when you actually give like we do, like sometimes when we give in all of this content, all this information, and this is something my mom said to me, she said, you're always live, you're always giving so much content. She's like, do you get paid for it? And I said, yes, I do. I get paid for it eventually, but that's kind of not the process, Mom. And she's like, but you're always live. Surely you must get something back from it. I'm like, I do. I come off the lives and I'm buzzing, Mom, and I'm really happy. And I understand from a business element, it might seem slightly strange that we're on here, we're actually charging anything. So how do we run our businesses? But by giving and giving and giving the content that feels inspired to give, you actually feel open to receiving. So it really helps with your money manifestation, your money flow. So Spirit always say, let go of the outcome and just do what feels good to you. So I never know when they tell me to do things, I never really know what the long-term plan is with it. I'm not allowed to see certain things myself, but I do it anyway because it feels inspired to. And actually, by then receiving these amazing opportunities or these amazing clients that are just queuing to work with us, then I have been receiving the same back. So what you give out, you get back. I solely believe in that, and it's so true, because energetically you're in the right balance. If you think of it like a scale, they balance each other out. So you are giving and you are also receiving. And it does take a while maybe for that to come up, but it's only because you are maybe not energetically ready to receive the level. So just keep going with that, because the more you give, the more comfortable you are at receiving. The more comfortable you are at receiving, the more flows through to you. So don't think about always, oh, well, if I do this, then I'm going to make this, this, and this. Let go of that. Let go and let the resistance down. Just do what feels right, what feels inspired, and the rest flows. It comes through. I can't believe I nearly choked live. And also, just be you. Like, me and Sarah show up. Sarah's running around chasing a dog. The other day, there was somebody in the garden. I'm choking live. My hair the other day was like, let's not even talk about it. But we are who we are. We show up and we deliver, because that's who we are. Be you. Nobody wants to see somebody that's stiff and uncomfortable and trying to put on an act. And I know if any of you met us in real life, which I know some of you have, we're exactly the same. We're not any different. And this is it. You feel like you know us. You feel like you know us so well because we let you know us. We deliver to you, because I couldn't come on here and put on a posh act every day, because eventually that would just falter and fail, or it would slip at times, and you'd see the real person. And people want to see the real you. People want to feel connected. And especially in my line of work, you know, I can deliver messages to people that might be a little bit uncomfortable at times. So it's so important that you, my clients, feel comfortable with us, and with Sarah, that you place your trust in us and that you feel secure and loved and looked after. So you can only do that by getting to know who we are and feeling that connection. And I won't, Sarah's going to go into that connection side of it, so I'm not going to go off and talk about that, but that's how it works. You've got to show up and just deliver who you actually are at soul level. And one thing me and Sarah do that people find really amusing is that she always looks at me like, what is she going to say? You do know that
what are you going to say?
We have planned our content for every session, and she still goes, what's she going to say? I love you.
What do we do, babes? What do we do?
When we're inspired to do something, we do it. So we don't sit and wait and go, right, okay, we're inspired to go off and write a blog, right? The next minute I've written the blog, it's just done, because that's how we move. That's what feels comfortable for us. That's why she's my business bestie, because she's got the same alignment, exactly the same as each other. And we find that by moving quickly and by moving when you're inspired, it keeps the momentum and it keeps the excitement going. If you're not a person that feels comfortable with that, then don't do it. Don't move fast. If you're a person that needs to just do a little bit of research, take your time and feel with it, that's fine. But tiny baby steps, like maybe just jotting out an idea of a blog or writing an outline, that's still moving. That's still moving with inspired action. But what feels good to me and Sarah is moving quickly with that inspired action. So we take action. And that's why we've had Sarah with her books, 2 books out straight away, one after the other, inspired for the next one. This is why she's seen as the UK leading law of attraction coach. This is why her audiences sell out. This is why I'm in magazines. This is why that we have queues of people that are well known trying to come to us to work with us. It's because we move quickly and we stay inspired and we stay clear and we stay with in line with our brand division, and we move when it feels good, and we don't tend to ask too many questions. And I get people
I don't think anything through ever. I just move.
Yeah.
Which some people say, well, is that really sensible? But it definitely is the reason why, and it's the same case, we've expanded so fast. Just move, do not think it through and procrastinate. That's egoic. Sorry to say that. Move. You don't need to think
totally true. Yeah, it is. Some people go, my husband's the opposite, and he'll sit and go, well, have you thought about this, that, and that? And I'm like, nope. I'm going to do it this way, and this is how it's going to work, and this is how it's going to flow. And guess what? It does, because we move with inspiration and we know, so the path's clear, so the opportunities are clear, and the energy is driven in the way that we want it to go. And that's exactly what working with spirit and the universe does, and that's exactly what we're going to take you through. And this will be the journey that you'll be on as well. And this is how you attract your ideal clients to you. None of this hunting them. And me and Sarah are actually going to, we discussed at the beginning about maybe boosting these posts to go out to, and I'll tell you the exact conversation, to go out to more people. And the exact conversation was, shall we don't do it very often. I think we've done it once before. This is how, like, we just don't believe in that. And she said, should we boost the posts? And I looked and I went, I'm not feeling that. And she went, no, Normie, but maybe because of Facebook algorithms have changed so much, maybe we should just boost it to our audience so it actually gets seen to our audience that we have now, because not everybody always sees everything. And I was like, yeah, that feels good, because then actually we're beating the Facebook algorithm. She's like, yeah, that's true. And then I was like, should we do it? And she went, no. And I said, no, let's not bother. Let's leave it. We don't.
Literally, does it feel good? No.
It doesn't feel good to us. It doesn't. It's just, we just want to make sure that the message goes out to the people, and the people that are meant to see it will be the ones that see it. Hey, Val, will be the ones that see it. All that matters. It's nothing about hardcore strategy and pushing, because that's where you get anxious. That's where you get resistance. That's where you block the flow, and that's what we don't do. So there we go. So I'm going to hand over to the gorgeous Sarah now, and she's going to talk all about inspiration and also magnetism. There we go.
Yes. Okay. So soz about the 2 dogs, helping a friend out and juggle the 2. I have, however, had clarity that I'm not meant to have 2 dogs. So I was joking with a friend about that earlier, going, I've definitely got clarity. I can't have 2. I can only have 1. So hopefully they'll be quiet. So just in addition to what Katie was saying about just being you, like, obviously we're not polished, clearly, as you can see, but everything Katie just said, but in addition, if you try and be anything other than this, just the real raw you are going to attract people to work with you that are not the right match, and you absolutely don't want to do that. By Katie and I literally just being us, there are people that don't like the way we work, and that's fine. They're not our dream soul clients. We're not the right energetic match. They will go elsewhere. There are people that love the way we work, and they are an absolute ball and delight to work with. And already the people signed up for the academy that starts on Monday. I just want to eat you all. It's just going to be so exciting. So you just have to be you. Don't conform. Don't think you have to dress differently. Show up as the best version of you. But obviously Katie and I are very different, I think. Katie always, it's very polished. I definitely look a bit more, I don't know, rugged, I don't know, but we are just us. And you do anyway. So but we are both just the best versions of us, but we don't pretend to be anything other than us, if that makes sense. And that does have a direct impact on the people that you attract that want to work with you. So in terms of energetically building your tribe, like Katie just said, obviously all of that is bang on. I do think the vulnerability thing is really important. Again, you know, I will often come on to my tribe and talk about the wobbles that I'm having and the ego that kicks off and all of that stuff, because I don't want people to think I've got it all sussed. And actually, when you understand the expansion of the whole universe and actually what we're here to do, and you ditch this outdated school of thinking, you realize that we are always evolving and learning. And any coach that comes on and says they have it all sussed isn't being authentic. They just can't be if they are expanding. If you are expanding, there's always learning and evolution. And so when you come on and you talk about the challenges that you have to your tribe as well, they're really going to connect with you. And that's one of the bits of soul work that you can go away and play with today. And I've taken a load of clients through that late last year as well. Like, go and do a vulnerable post. Go out there and be vulnerable. Say, you know, what you do when you've got challenges come up and stuff. Be you, be real, and I guarantee you're going to get so much more interaction from your tribe on those posts than you do from your average post if you're really speaking from your heart. So it's about authenticity, really, really is. And what else did I want to say? Don't worry about the numbers. I know we talked about that before. Did you just say that, Katie? I don't think you did, but I know we spoke about that earlier on in one of the biz camp sessions. Don't get fixated on numbers in your tribe. Literally just see each person as an individual. You know, I have people coming to me saying, you know, oh, I've got my numbers in my group or on Instagram are decreasing, and I'm always just like, brilliant, it's a cleansing process. There was a lot of fuss created around GDPR a few months ago. Actually, although it really stripped back a lot of my database, I love it because the people that are on that mailing list are my dream soul people that want to hear what I have to say. So always see that as a cleansing process. And also just around the whole kind of how to build your tribe and the energetic side of marketing. Just another little story I was thinking of just from this week. Obviously, my amazing team, Hendra and Mel, I adore them both so much. And they were saying, right, we need to sort of send out a beefier newsletter just to kind of nurture your database. I was like, yep, you're totally right. But I was like, I literally have no headspace to write. And then I went and walked the dogs dogs, and then had real clarity. The reason it felt hard is because I was thinking I need to do it, I should do it, and it's like a marketing exercise. But when I came back, I was like, I realized what the thing is. I actually need to just see it as serving, which is exactly what I do when I do these lives, and exactly what I do when I do lives on my own as well. It's serving, and if I can just see it as serving and love, then it's going to be really magnetic. So think about that in the things that you're doing in your business. And sometimes if there's little blocks, see if you can spin it on its head and just think, okay, this is another form of serving, and I'm going to love doing that. And then that's going to have powerful energy behind it. So always serve. I am just quickly going to address one question, then skip on to the next bit, then do the rest of the questions. So I know one of you has just put a question about worrying about giving too much content away for free and then having nothing to sell. That is never going to happen. When I started my business, I literally gave everything away for free, to the point where my coach was like, you need to sell something. But my audience was growing really quickly rather. I was attracting clients sort of out of nowhere. Like my first client who I'm seeing this afternoon to catch up with, she literally just came out of nowhere. So you can never overserve. And actually, the more you give, the more people can taste and feel your energy, and they want that close one-to-one time with you. So don't let the ego think you need to hold stuff back. Literally just give, and you are going to have people literally being magnetized to you again. So just to address that, because it's a really good question. So, okay, so as we just said, when you are building your tribe from an aligned way as like a magnet, by default you attract your ideal clients. Okay, but there are a couple of things that you can play around with to enhance it as well. We'll be going into loads more of these tools and stuff in the actual full academy, but a couple of things for you to play around with. First of all, understand you're not here to serve every single person on the planet. That is not what you're here to do. So often people in business are in that hunting mentality. Where are my clients? Where do I find clients? And remember, you're not here to hunt out people and serve like every single person. You are way more powerful if you adopt an energy of, I love what I do and I want to find my 1 in 1 million clients. 1 in 1 million client that literally makes my heart sing. I cannot wait to get, on the call with them, if it's coaching or whatever way you serve them. Obviously, everyone's got different businesses here, but I guess from a coaching point of business, I know that I really want to sort of screen who I work with, and all of this stuff we're talking about will naturally be a huge filter and screening process for you. But also think about the type of client you want to serve. Okay, so list out all the things that would make someone your dream soul client. And I often share like my list of people that are on my courses as well, but it's things like people who take massive like self-responsibility, that show up on time, that leap with everything that I suggest, that want to have fun, that become friends. When you're working with dream soul clients, you're going to find a lot of them end up being friends, like this gorgeous Bryony who's coming around this afternoon, which you won't mind me saying. You really have such special bonds and relationships with people. There's people that did my first money course like nearly 2 years ago, and one of them I caught up with like last week. She's over in Canada, and we had just a gorgeous chat for an hour on Facebook, like literally just catch up because we love each other. And it is so amazing when you're working with people that you have that kind of relationship with. So list out all the qualities of your dream soul client. So the client that gets you, so excited to get out of bed, get on the call. You feel amazing when you've had you've served them in whatever format they may be. They feel amazing once you've served them. And just list out all those qualities and really take time and enjoy it and think about it. Be really, really clear, and that will always evolve as you evolve. Remember, we're always evolving and expanding, so that's something you probably want to re-look at sort of every 3 to 6 months. And then when you've done that list, then look at all those qualities and make sure you are mirroring those qualities 1000%, okay? Because you attract what you are. And there's a few examples that, you know, I've had and I coach people through when we do this as well, okay? So for example, how can you expect your clients to pay you on time if, you know, you're not paying on time? So if that's one of the things, you want clients that pay you really, really promptly, then make sure you're paying all your bills really promptly. If you want clients to leap to work with you, this is something I'm really passionate about and I always talk about to people that are working from a business point of view. If you want clients to leap and work with you, are you making those leaps, whether it be in certain parts of your business, especially in terms of hiring coaches? I feel like I couldn't authentically sit here and encourage people to leap to work with me if I hadn't made big leaps to work with people in the past as well. And understanding that process of when you leap, how quickly the universe swoops in to rejig things for you. Are you always turning up on time as well? All of my clients turn up bang on time, you know. Are you doing that as well? You know, just really look down that list. And it can be, I've done it before and I've been like, oh, I'm not really doing that. I remember once, one of my things was actually my dream soul client wants to pay me upfront in full. And then I had to be quite honest and look at what I was doing with my coaches. And I was like, actually, I'm not paying them upfront and in full. Just interesting. So you will attract whatever it is that you are. So once you've got your list of your dream soul clients, by default, you're naturally going to be a lot of those things on that list because you want people that are like you, but there will be some areas for work. So that's definitely one tool that you can go away and do as soul work. And Katie and I would love to hear your feedback on that as well. So yeah, so literally drop the need and drop the notion that you need to hunt out and find clients. Like, I've got loads of universal energy around me. I very early on didn't have that energy because I knew that I didn't want to emanate more of that. I had the energy. I remember when I got my first client, my first two, being really excited, but then thinking, right, I'm just going to keep moving with inspiration and know the right people will come to me when they want me. And I will often, and some of you watching this will know this if you've had a call with me, I will often say to people, this isn't the right time for us to work together. You don't actually need me right now, or this program isn't right for you. That's a very powerful thing as well. When you can get to that point in your business, which you can start doing now, where you're turning people away that aren't right, that also makes you a magnet. And think about how much respect those people have for you. Like, you're not just wanting to hunt around and work with anybody. You want to kind of twist it almost into a bit of an interview process. When I have clarity calls with people, for me, it's very much checking, do our energies match? Even for my self-study courses, if they want to speak to me and they're thinking about a self-study course, I will only say yes to them if I feel our energies match and they would be a good fit for the course, because I don't want to take someone's money and it not be the right match for them. So those things as well are very powerful to do. They can feel a bit hard in the beginning. Probably the first couple of times I said no to clients, it felt a bit scary, but always have that energy that you're sort of screening your clients, not in a they have to be good enough way, but in a are they the right match? Can I help them be the best version of them way, if that makes sense? So the soul work for this week is for this session, is to go and list out all of the things that would make up your dream client, like your 1 in a million client that makes you so excited to work with them and help them and guide them. And then check you are mirroring it. And then also look at the platforms you're working across. Are you working across too many? Like Kate was saying earlier, like 99% of my energy goes into my Facebook group. Even this live that's being done through my business page goes straight into the group. And that's always what it's been for me since day one, okay? So look at the platforms, pick 1 or 2, and just make sure you basically love your tribe hard, serve them, love them hard, throw so much love at them, whatever platform it is. If you don't want to be on social media and you're doing face-to-face meetups, I did that in the beginning because it was inspired action. I loved it. I loved my meetups hard. I love your tribe hard. But also make sure, are you trying to spread yourself across too many? What is the one way that really makes your heart sing? And also play around with the energy of sharing some vulnerability, because it's so powerful and you will help so many. And again, I have experiences where I've gone on into my tribe and been really honest and vulnerable about something, and that has pretty much every time I've done it resulted in a client. It may not be straight away, but at some point that client will refer back to when I made that post. Okay. And one other thing I will just say, because the universe is wanting me to say it, is that if you are speaking to clients who are potentially interested in working with you, let go of the notion that you need to kind of secure a sale on that call. I never do, but I know that about 80% of the calls that I have, which now are streamlined, so people come to me and seek out the calls as well, which we'll be going into in the academy, how to streamline everything and make it work for you. But when I have the calls, I don't go on it's like wanting them to secure a sale. I just want to serve them with love, and I know that my track record is about 80% of the calls I have will convert into a client at some point down the line, within around sort of 6 to 8 months. Lose that notion that they need to convert there and then, because actually you only want to work with them when they're really ready to leap and do amazing stuff and get the best of your coaching. Sorry, just had guidance to say that as well. So quite a lot to play around with today, quite a lot to think about, you know. Again, building client bases, building your tribe. You don't have to hemorrhage money on funnels and marketing and all of that stuff. Kate and I certainly haven't done that. It's just all about your energy. Everything is about your energy, and then following the guidance regardless of the ego. So anything else you want to add to that before we go into the Q&A, Katie?
No, my little superstar, completely right. That's so true. Everything you said, it's just, and like sometimes I often think, is it like spirits say sometimes the things we tell you are common sense? And I'm like, yeah, they are, but actually we make things hard for ourselves, don't we? Naturally, we do just try and find the hard way round.
Yeah, I think so often people in business, I remember once, guys, some of you may have heard this, so I obviously do a lot of lives, but I remember once talking on a live about how I'd met up with a friend and I was saying like the big vision for the business, which was a bit of a mistake. She's not a law of attraction person, but I freaking love her. She's like one of my close friends, but not into law of attraction. And she was literally like, right, and how is it you are going to get there? Like what actually are you going to do? Like what is your roadmap? And I was like, she thought I was mental, given she doesn't follow law of attraction. I was literally like, I don't have one. I just know it's going to happen, and I don't need a plan, and I'm just going to move with what feels good. And it's just a bit like, oh, because she's very logical and methodical, which is incredible for a lot of stuff in life. Like she's one of my people to go to if I'm ever sort of having anything major happening. But from a law of attraction perspective, obviously we were just on completely different pages. And again, more stuff, there's so much we're going into in the academy. It starts on Monday, but again, it's all about being aware of who you are sharing your big visions with, protecting your energy. This girl is gorgeous, but actually I have to share my big visions with people that literally get law of attraction and believe in my dreams even more than I do. So we'll be going into all of that as well. Anyway, bit of a tangent there. I'm going off on one as well.
No,
should we go to questions?
It's just what we know, we feel inspired to say. It's like we pick up what people need to hear. Obviously there's somebody that must have been important for. That's what you've done. I'm going to go to Celine.
So I've answered Joanne's. Yeah, over to
you. Celine's put, what do you recommend when starting out a new business to grow your audience? So Celine, we've covered some of that in the beginning. So it's just finding the platforms that feel good to you at this moment in time. Where is that you feel comfortable? You know, not everything, me and Sarah have used social media, but not everybody feels comfortable with social media. So you can actually go out in person and speak at events, networking. You can go and have, like Sarah says, set up a group, you know, for you to attend, and go with where it feels right to you. But don't overthink it. Don't sit back and overthink it and think where would be the most lucrative. Go with where it feels the most important to you and the most aligned to you. Let go of the notion that you'll get more people following you, or a wider market, or reach a wider market by doing a certain thing, because it doesn't work like that. It's got to feel really, really good to you, really inspired. And the reason we say all this is because if you constantly follow what feels good within you and take a few moments to stop and think about that, you're going to be permanently, you're going to be happy in your business for at least 98% of the time. At least. Everything's got its ups and downs, of course, and trials and tribulations. But that's why we do it. Rather than focusing on the outcome, focus on what feels good within, because then you'll be feeling the happiness. And the happiness is incredible. And when we radiate the happiness and the energy, Everything else is allowed to support us, and that's where the spirit, the universe can support us 100% because we're open, we're energetically ready to receive them, and it's there. So don't overthink it. Go with what feels good and where you feel the most comfortable at the moment. And if lives terrify you, that's okay. Don't do them. Do pre-recorded videos, or do written posts, or do something that feels good to you until you've built up the confidence, or it feels good to go further and expand. Okay, so I hope that helps you. Can you see any other questions, Sarah?
No, if anyone has any questions, now is your time to ask them, because we have 15 minutes left and then the biz camp is officially finished, and we are currently taking enrollment for our Limitless in Business Academy that starts this coming Monday. You will post the link above this. I can see there's been some links posted already in this feed as well. If you enroll before 10 a.m. on Monday, it's coming Monday, 28th of January, there are special prices for you. This is the only time we will be running this course together live. In future, it will be self-study only and a higher investment. There's also a business bestie special offer as well, which the universe and spirit gave to us to give to you. So someone out there obviously needs that. So if any of you want to sign up with someone else, that's a really good offer for you to look at as well. So make sure you check that out. Katie and I are looking to, the people that signed up already are perfect dream soul clients. So we're looking for people that are in their zones of passion, that want to make things easy, they want to stop the struggle, they just want to be doing what makes their heart sing every day. They want to understand and really embody and ingrain how to lean on the universe and spirit, how to ditch logic and all that kind of efforting and struggling energy. If you have any questions about it over the weekend, do inbox one of us, and we can help you. And if you are pulled, please follow it. If you have learned one thing from our lives, it's about following the soul guidance you're getting. If you are feeling a pull in your stomach and chest that it feels good, but your ego's talking you out of it, you are already not kind of embodying, following that soul guidance. And like Katie said, we're not fixated on numbers for this academy, we just want to work with those that are ready to leap. So tune into your soul guidance. We know universe and spirit are going to do the rest. So next question. Fiona, can you be doing too many different things, or should I just trust the guidance I've had to do them all? So I'll go with that first. Okay. So Fiona, darling, when I started my business, I had so much guidance from the universe. It was insane. Like, I was literally like, brilliant idea, brilliant idea, brilliant idea. And a couple of people did say they thought I was working a bit erratically, but it felt good to me. So again, I didn't conform to what people wanted. I was working with how my soul was guiding me to work. So I had different things going on. But what I will say is, when you are kind of doing launches, I guess like Kate and I are at the minute, focus on that one thing at a time. Definitely from a business point of view, trying to launch several things at once doesn't work. Focus on one thing. But in terms of playing with the energy of different things, you know, Kate and I have multitasked a lot throughout our businesses because that's what the guidance we've been given. So I've been, you know, running a course and then, you know, doing a retreat and then playing with the energy of the book and then doing an event, and that has all been guided to me. That's all been guidance that I've been given. But there are times where I think if you're starting to feel overwhelmed, it's good to just streamline and refocus. It depends how you work best. Everybody's different at soul level. You're going to know how you work best by what makes your heart sing. I tend to have several things going on at once, generally. Even now, I've got another book in the pipeline. I've got a few more course ideas that I'm playing with that are new, haven't done those before. So I tend to be playing with the energy of different things at different times. But if I'm actually really sort of in a launch phase, I'll sort of just focus on that one thing and give my energy to that. Once the doors are closed on that, then go on to the next thing. So it's kind of like a combination of both. I don't know whether that's giving you any clarity at all. What would you say, Katie? What would you advise?
Yeah, I'm exactly the same as you, darling. So I have have my readings, I have my psychic groups, I have my psychic one-to-one clients, my business one-to-one clients, I have my work with Sarah, I have a merchandise, and I have an e-commerce platform, a blog. What else do I have? That's it. Oh, and live audiences and media. 10 things on the go. 10 things. And 3 children and a husband and friends and family. And yes, it is a little bit chaotic at times, but And no, I don't feel like I'm juggling all these plates, because like Sarah said, at the moment, this is my energy, this is where I'm at with this. And obviously my clients, my one-to-one clients, that's where I'm splitting the energy. So if other things have to have less energy at that time and less of my focus, that's okay. That's not a problem. I don't think, right, I've got so many hours, I can only focus on these and then nothing else until these are really successful. I don't think like that at all. You can have things in the background and you can inject your energy to those things as and when you need to hear it, but you don't need to just think, oh gosh, I can't do everything, and you're wearing yourself out and everything like that. If it feels good to you and you're not wearing yourself out, do it. Do whatever feels right to you. If you want 20 things on the go and that feels good and the inspiration's coming to do it, then do it. But if you do get overwhelmed at times, just start, realign yourself and just figure out where exactly it is that needs to have your main focus at that time. So as I say, mine at the moment is with this, with the launch, with our academy, and then also my one-to-one clients, and everything else just gets put to the back burner for a while. And that's the way it goes, but it's still there, still getting work done on it, but not 110% of the work. So don't think you have to only have one project. That's a limiting belief. That's a misconception, I think, in the business world. People grow. If you look at Richard Branson, if you look at all the big names, they have their fingers in many pies. They have all different things going on. And as you grow and expand, you can have help and support with those. And you can have people come in so you can continue to grow and inspire. If you close off from taking the inspired action and doing more than one thing at once, it might lower your connection as well. And then you might feel a little bit clouded and the clarity might go, because that's who you are at source level. You're obviously a creator and an entrepreneurial creator, and that's where you should be focusing. Don't change who you are to conform. Sorry, darling.
I would just say, Fiona, for you, darling, Kate is the same as well. We write down all the ideas we get. So I was writing down yesterday all the different ideas that the universe and spirit is starting to bring through to me again, because I don't know whether some of you have heard earlier on the lives in this biz camp, I didn't sort of have as much clarity, but now it's starting to come through again of the things that I want to do next after this. And so I've written them all down, and then that way you don't have to store them all in your head. You've sort of got them written down somewhere. And I tend to, I sort of often have it on the wall in front of me, and I tend to look and just think, are any of those feeling really juicy for me to move with right now? Because when you're in real flow, you will get loads and loads of downloads, and it's about moving with whatever it is that makes your heart sing the most at that time. And I've got a couple of things in the pipeline, and I've just been waiting for the times for when they feel bang on for me to move with. So I think there's that as well, just to bear in mind. But the universe technically and spirit will only send you guidance that you can handle at that time. But if you are feeling a bit overwhelmed, which can happen when you're in massive flow, just write it all down and put it somewhere where you won't forget it, and that way then you sort of feel like you're keeping track of the guidance that you're given as well, and just trust that when the time is right you will action each piece. Okay, so I had the guidance to write my book like month 1 of my business, and I think properly started writing it 1 year later, but I knew it was always part of the plan, if that makes sense. So I hope that helps, darling. Jodie says, hi girls, whoops, I meditate and do dream day journaling, yay. I'm really interested in trusting that there's guidance. I'm open to it, but this is new to me. Any suggestions to help me let it in? I think, Jodie, don't overcomplicate too much. Like, guidance can be anything from just, what is it you feel like doing right now? What is it that would make your heart sing right now? What is it that feels good to you right now? It doesn't always have to be these light bulb moments. And if you are dream day journaling and meditating and feeling good and happy, then you will be letting it in. And the more you work with it, the more you'll really feel it and see it as well. You'll sort of become so connected with how you feel in your body that you'll know if there's any minute shift, whether it feels right or whether it feels wrong or not. So I would say you don't need to at this stage necessarily be looking for like these big dramatic signs. They will come as well if you feel good, but just feel into what feels good in each moment and know that that is soul guidance. Anything that feels good is soul guidance, basically. Do you have anything you want to add to that, Katie?
Yeah, take the pressure off yourself a little bit, Jodie. Don't expect as soon as you start meditating or when you're writing that, oh gosh, the downloads are coming, where are they? Or don't sit and meditate and do what I used to do and go like, is there any signs anywhere? Is there anything? Have I missed something? And start panicking, I missed all the breadcrumbs. Just relax into it. Just relax into the whole process. just say that you trust, and just constantly say out loud to your spirit guides that you trust, you're allowing the signs in, you're open to receive them, and you're excited about receiving them. And then try and forget about it, like Sarah said, and home in on something that you really enjoy doing, and just take the resistance away. And the sign will come to you in the most obscure way and the most unusual way, and you won't miss it. And you'll be like, ah, that's how it works. And then once you've opened it up and made that connection, it will allow more and more to come through. So just to let go a little bit of the process of it, and let them what you should and shouldn't be feeling, and who's actually communicating with you, because that will block the resistance there. I just wanted to go to Marisay. What a nice name.
Marissa.
I like it anyway, it's different. So thanks, ladies. I joined 10 minutes ago. I'd love to have some guidance on, do you have any tips on formulating a tagline in order to attract your soulmate clients? I'm afraid of being too specific, and by that excluding potential clients who I may resonate with. If you have any experience or tips on that, I'd really appreciate it. Well, that's interesting, because do I do this? I do actually. So I do a tagline on something that I want to attract my ideal clients to. And I don't worry about, I do, Sarah doesn't, but it's more.
It's quite nice having the both of us.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it. Yeah, you explain. But
so I put it on because I want it to draw attention to the people, but it feels inspired to do that. So it's almost like, am I going to name this? Yes. What shall I name it? Well, I'm going to name this because this is who I'm trying to talk to. I think about what I've delivered in the content of it, and this is what I want to do. This is who I'm trying to talk to. I never, ever, ever think by doing that I'm going to disclose people that could potentially be great. When you're working with law of attraction and spirit, you know, no matter how it's out there, no matter what tagline you put in there, no matter what content you have actually in that video, message, whatever way you're delivering it, it will reach the right people that it's meant to reach. Because as you wrote it, or as you delivered that message, you were already speaking with the energy for your ideal clients. So a tagline, if it feels good and inspired to write one, write it. If you're sitting there and thinking, I can't think of what to write, or oh, it's not flowing, I've done that on my emails, because I hate writing emails. And I'll sit there and think, what is the subject line? What is the subject line? And I go, this is rubbish. And I scrap and I change. Sometimes I send it out without a subject line in, without a title, because I just think, I don't have one. So I do on my lives and I do on my videos, because I feel clearer and I feel that's a good way for me to communicate, to where I communicate better. So yes, I do on there, but lose the notion that by putting something on, you're limiting people. You're not. The people that are meant to be there for you will hear it, will see it, because the energy of you as you were creating it, or speaking, or however way you're communicating, will come across to those people. And that's what Sarah was saying earlier about magnetism, and spirit will have the way of channeling that to the right people. Have you ever had a look through something, and like, you know, when you're scrolling through sometimes on social media, or if you're looking on, say, Google, and there's like, it brings up on Google 10 different things, I always go with the one I feel energetically drawn to, not necessarily the top two. I go to the one that's just talks to me, just resonates with me, or there's something that's attracting me to it. And it's just text. That's all it is, but it's the energy it's put out there. So I always tell my clients, before you send anything out, do a little jig, do dance, get the energy flowing, get yourself in the right mindset to be actually even writing something, so that when it goes out to those clients, it's delivered in the energy that it was written. And this is recorded in the energy of me and Sarah at this moment in time to deliver to the right people. And that's how it works. So I hope that helps, Mary say, and I'm so sorry if I've said your name wrong, but I do think it's beautiful. Would you like to add anything, Sarah?
Obviously everything you've said. I always say to clients, I've just been helping clients with branding and logo.
Oh, you still there?
Yes, sorry, my phone just rang. That's often something I get asked about: logos, branding, taglines and stuff. And I always say, do you want to eat it? So I've just had some clients go through some branding, and like, they kept sending me examples, and I'm like, I like it. It doesn't actually matter what I think. Do you want to eat it? And they're like, no, no, no. And then basically they've just found some branding that they love. And they're like, we love it. We want to eat it. And that is all that matters. If you love your tagline or you love your, I mean, I don't have a tagline. That's an example. I built a massive business minus tagline. I've never had a tagline for my business.
You still there? Yeah.
I've never had a tagline for my business ever. So again, it's not something I've been energetically aligned to, but I love my website. I love my branding. I love my logo. Everything I do has an energy of love and I want to eat it behind it. If you have that energy behind pretty much everything in your business, you're going to fly regardless of whether you have a tagline or not, regardless of what it says or not. Just eat it. Want to eat it with everything in your business. Basically, that's it. Just make sure you want to eat everything pretty much that's going on in your business, at least 75% of it. So don't get too tied into it. And I would say, darling, if you're not getting clarity over what your tagline is, just leave it for the minute. You don't need it. You know, when we try and force stuff, we slow down the guidance, we pinch ourselves off from it. So if it feels hard, just leave it, ditch it, and then suddenly out of nowhere you'll get this, wow, that's the tagline. You're just going to know. But I'd actually just like park that for now, leave it. It's not flowing. And again, that's how Katie and I coach, what we'll be doing in the academy. If you're pushing against something, leave it. You're not meant to be doing it at that time. Just trust the guidance. If it feels hard, park it for the minute. Doesn't mean you have to forever, and then know that it will come up when the time is right. So yeah, that's what I feel inspired to say to you, my darling, whether it's Marissa or Marissa, but love the name. So yes, well, my darling, thank you. Well, I don't really know what to say. It's been an incredible biz camp. Kate and I have loved coming on live, serving you. We've been loving the messages we've been getting, so many from so many of you. And it's just an absolute delight doing this. It really, really is. And yeah, if you're ready to leave and really become limitless in business, Kate and I would be over the moon and honoured to serve you and guide you and take you on that journey with the other incredible souls that have already signed up. I think what I've really felt about this biz camp is, as always, doing things in a group energy where lots of you are leaping and taking action and playing with the universe and spiritual energies is so delicious. And that's exactly what we're creating in the academy. We want everybody to be leaping and doing things together under our very loving wings, and just really create that delicious group momentum. So, and you're so welcome. I see lots of comments coming through. Is there anything you want to add, Katie? It always feels a bit sad at the end.
I know, we never like ending things. We're terrible like that. Our energy just goes really like, we don't want to go. But I just want to say thank you to everyone that's tuned in, watched us, took the time out of your day, commented, sent us lovely messages. We really, really appreciate you. And we're so glad that you're actually getting something from this. And, you know, take on board all of the content. If you need to revisit it, go over and watch again and again. And you can watch it when it feels relevant to you, when you feel drawn to it. And if you've just joined our live, you're here for a reason. Me and Sarah solely believe that. You've just clicked on it, totally random, totally out the blue. There's something you need to pay attention to there, because that's the energy it's meant to get to you. The doors are open. We're going to have a fun countdown clock now, aren't we? We were saying this morning, I love this part now with our launches, because we're going to do the countdown. And it's like day 1 and then 4 days to go, 3 days to go. We get really excited about it. So that's what we're going to be doing now with the countdown. Remember, you can do this with your bestie, with your business bestie, or if you haven't got one, reach out to people on the lives if you feel drawn to somebody, and get yourself a business bestie, because it's so lovely. And it makes Sarah and me really, really happy if we realise you two have linked together through our groups. That'd be amazing. And yes, the doors are open. Grab yourself the special offer whilst it's on, because it will go up on Monday and it will be considerably more. And we want you to feel this energy, this incredible tools and this magic that we deliver. And I know that you felt some of it on our lives watching over the past couple of days, but can you imagine what the academy is going to be like? It'd just be amazing. You'd have for 4 months, which would be fantastic to be with you all for that long, get to know you all and watch your businesses thrive. It gives us no greater joy. So thank you very much. Any questions, pop them below. And if you want to reach out to myself and Sarah and discuss a little bit more, if you've got any questions, please drop us a message and we will come back to you. We look forward to receiving any questions and messages. So thank you so much.
And we love you.
Yeah.
Have a gorgeous day. We love you. I'm going to miss doing this tomorrow.
No.
We love you very much, but so ridiculously excited to get started with the Academy on Monday. So if you want to keep in the energy, then leap, guys. Leap, leap, leap. We can't wait to catch you. Yay. Right. Have an amazing Thursday. We love you. We love you. We love you. And we will speak to you all very, very soon.
Oh, big loves, big hugs. Bye.
Bye.